You know, Cristiano Ronaldo isn't just one of the greatest footballers of all time. He's a global corporation, a one-man empire, and he was the first active footballer to earn over $1 billion. But his salary on the pitch, that's really only the beginning of the story. So how did he do it? Well, this is the blueprint.
Let's just start with the number, a huge one, 200 million euros. That's his annual salary playing for Al Nassr, making him the highest paid athlete on the planet. But believe it or not, that's just a fraction of his billion-dollar empire.
And that really gets to the heart of the matter, right? Because this story doesn't kick off in some fancy boardroom. No, it starts in a tiny house in a low-income neighborhood in Funchal, Madeira. His mother even considered not going through with the pregnancy because they were so poor. So the question is massive. How do you get from that to this?
Okay, so to really understand the businessman, you have to start with the athlete. It's that simple. The entire CR7 empire, everything we're about to talk about, is built on one single, non-negotiable foundation: his relentless, almost superhuman dominance on the football pitch. Just look at this timeline. It's absolutely wild. From less than 20,000 euros a year at Sporting Lisbon to over £6 million at Manchester United. Then it just explodes. Tens of millions at Real Madrid and Juventus. So yeah, this isn't just a salary chart. It's like a visual record of his power just growing and growing.
So here's the key takeaway, right? All of it, the hotels, the clinics, you name it, none of it would exist without this. The brand was literally forged in fire through thousands of hours on the training ground, record-breaking goals, and that unshakable will to win. That was the raw material for everything that came next.
All right, so once that athletic foundation was rock solid, he started building something else, a powerful personal brand. And the evolution of that brand, well, it's a total masterclass in ambition and strategy.
And honestly, this one slide tells you the whole story. Back in 2004, you've got this 19-year-old kid as the face of a Suzuki Swift, a car his young fans could actually imagine buying. It was all about aspiration. Maybe one day I can be like him. Now, fast forward to today. He owns a Bugatti Centodish, one of the rarest, most expensive cars in the world. The brand isn't about aspiring anymore. It's about attainment. He's made it.
So, the brand is set. What's next? Well, now it's time to build an actual empire, a portfolio of assets that's going to keep making money long after he hangs up his boots. And this is where the blueprint gets really fascinating.
He's basically built his empire on three main pillars. You've got his sprawling global real estate portfolio, a huge hotel chain partnership, and then his ventures into health and wellness. Let's break them down one by one. First up, real estate. And we're not just talking about nice houses here. These are serious strategic assets. You got a 20 million euro estate in Cascais lined up for retirement, the priciest penthouse in all of Lisbon, a massive 7-story mansion back in his hometown, and get this, a spot on Dubai's Billionaire's Island.
Wow. And here it is again, that staggering contrast. I mean, look at this. He started in a small, simple house in a pretty tough neighborhood, and now a palace on the Portuguese Riviera. We're talking a garage for 30 supercars and an underwater glass walkway. It's not just a home, right? It's a statement, a monument to his entire journey.
Now for pillar number 2, hospitality. And this is so important. This is not just another endorsement deal where he slaps his name on something. No way. Ronaldo put his own money in. 40 million euros for a 50% stake in the Pistana CR7 hotel chain. It's a real partnership, and it's paid off big time. It's now valued at up to 225 million euros, with hotels in key cities like New York and Madrid. And they're not stopping. The goal is to double the number of hotels by 2028.
And the third pillar? Health and wellness. Which, if you think about it, makes perfect sense, right? His entire personal brand is built on peak physical fitness. His company, the Inspira Group, runs hair restoration clinics, and they're expanding all over, from Europe to the Middle East. In fact, their 15th clinic just opened up in Riyadh.
And here's the really smart part, the strategy behind it. He's not just opening random businesses. He's weaving them into his life and career. Like he says himself, moving to Saudi Arabia wasn't just about football. It was a strategic move to grow his business empire in a part of the world that's completely embraced him.
Okay, so we've looked at the career, the brand, the empire. But the big question is, why? Why does it all work so incredibly well together? Let's actually deconstruct the blueprint. Let's look under the hood of this global brand icon.
So how do we really wrap our heads around the power of the CR7 brand? Well, there's actually a pretty cool marketing tool for this. It's called Kapfer's Brand Identity Prism. Sounds complicated, but it's basically just a way to break down any strong brand into 6 core parts that give it its power and identity.
And when you apply this to CR7, it's like a light bulb goes on. The physique, that's his athletic body, the visual heart of the brand. The personality, that's easy, determination, confidence, that competitive fire. The culture he represents is all about discipline, ambition, that classic rags to riches story. The relationship, he's built one with over 1 billion followers who see him as an idol. In reflection, his fans see a blueprint for how to succeed through pure hard work. And finally, self-image. His followers want to see themselves in his success, his health, his style. You see? All 6 pieces just fit together perfectly.
So when you put it all together, the athletic foundation, the strategic brand evolution, that diversified business empire, and the perfectly aligned brand identity, it all leads to one massive final question. Has he not only mastered the game on the pitch, but has he also written the definitive playbook for every modern athlete who dreams of becoming an entrepreneur?